It's us. I've been falling. I was deep. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Tanaja. As you can see by the title, I just wanted to do like end of the year. I basically just wanted to do a video going into the new year, just giving you tips and advice on how to make your 2024 a better year for you, and also for myself, because a lot of the things that I'm going to say in this video could also be directed towards me as well, because I have so much more to learn and so much more I need to achieve. And we're just gonna basically just dive right into the video, okay? So first things first, if you're in 2024, thank the man above. If you believe in God, we would not be here without him, and that's one of my first points I'm gonna make. 2024, if you are a Christian or you do believe in God, if you're not already in with God, and what I mean by in with God means if you're not already praying every day, if you're not already reading your scripture, if you're already not going to church, in 2024, I would suggest you doing that, because for one, without God, we're nothing. So in 2024, you need to be praying to God more. If you are praying to God, pray to him a little bit more. It doesn't even have to be a super meaningful, thoughtful, long, thought out prayer. It doesn't always want to hear from you when you're going through something, when you're sad, or when you're thanking him for something that you have done. He wants to hear from you all day, every day. He just wants to hear your voice and know that he is something or someone that you go to first, or one of the first people that is on your mind when you think of something, So another thing that goes kind of into with God is family, friends, relationships. They are also people that you should think of, one of the first people that you think of, because obviously they're the closest people to you. You care about them the most. And so it would only be first nature for you to think about them and most of the things that you do. So we're going to start with friends. Friends and your family, or if you have a relationship with someone, they should be, going into 2024, if you haven't realized the type of people they are by now, you should definitely be paying attention to that now on, because the relationships that you have with others can bring you down sometimes. The things that you should be looking for in your relationships and your family members and your friends, they should be uplifting you. They should be pouring, knowledge into you. They should be there for you, when you're really down and you're really going through a drought and you're in a slump. They should be feeding you positivity. They should be telling you when you're wrong and pull you up about it. A lot of the times in this generation, friendships, they fall out over, petty things, because we feel, or sometimes this generation feels as though, basically, they feel as though that they're being attacked in a way, that they're coming for their character or who they are as a person, and half the time it is not like that. Your friend should be able to tell you when you're wrong. Your friend should be able to tell you where you messed up at without you getting offended. They're your friends for a reason, and if you feel like your friends don't have good intentions with the things that they're telling you, then you need to reevaluate your friends. A lot of people in this generation cannot take criticism, and that's another thing that we have to work on. They feel as though they can't be told anything, that they're always right, and that's something that I have learned a lot over the years. Before, I felt like someone was talking to me or trying to tell me something for the betterment, of me, that they were just trying to tell me what to do, or that I didn't want to hear it because my attitude and, my pride would just get in the way of that. So that's also something that I had to take into consideration. Like, if they are the right people and they are, the type of friends that I would want in my life, then they're not telling me this to bring me down or to judge me. They're telling me this to help me because they care about me and they want to see me, do better in life and as a person. So the same thing goes into with relationships and family members. If they aren't telling you things in a way where it feels judgmental and critical, you should definitely learn to just listen before you talk and just take in all the things they're saying, because you never know what information that they tell you that you could need later on in life. For the toxic family members and friends and relationship that you're in, if it's toxic behavior, everybody knows by now, we have to let it go. I get that sometimes it could be harder. Trust me, I've been there. Eventually, you'll only realize that those relationships will be bringing you down and they will not lift you up in any way. They actually will keep you stagnant in life. You won't grow. you'll realize that you feel stuck and you can't elevate to where you want to go. You have all these dreams and you have all these aspirations in life and things that you want to achieve, but you realize, like, year after year, I'm trying to achieve these goals and it's just not happening. Why is it not happening? Sometimes you'll even look to God, like, why? And sometimes you need to get rid of the people in your life that are dragging you down and the people that are not good for you in order to receive that blessing. So we've covered friends, we've covered family, relationships, God. Next thing we're going to go into, a thing that I have started doing just recently was reading and watching podcasts. I have not been a reader. I used to read when I was younger, but you know, as you get older and you get out of school, at least for me, I just kind of drifted away from that and kind of just started working and tried to do my own thing, and I just really didn't see the time or feel the need to fit that into my daily routine. You know what I mean? That just wasn't something that was on my mind. But I also realized that as you get older and you get out of school, your memory isn't as strong. You remember less. You're not learning as much if you're not keeping up with, you know what I mean, things that you actually like doing or enjoying. If you're not researching or keeping tabs on the things that's going on in the world, then you're going to lose a little bit of that memory. You're going to stop retaining as much memory as you would have before when you were in school and you're constantly getting fed information. 2022 and in 2023, I started reading again. I started even just playing like memory games for your brain to help get, you know, your brain going and stimulating it. I even started doing that. Podcasts I do enjoy more, I guess because my attention span isn't as good as it was before. So podcasts just give me a little bit more, just grasp my attention a little bit more than a book would. Find which one interests you more. It doesn't even have to be a book. It could be documentaries on something. It could be anything. But me personally, I gravitate more towards podcasts, and so that's just what I prefer over books. But don't get me wrong, I will read here and there. It's just gonna take me probably a century to get through it, but I will get through it. So yes, that's something in 2024 to help you elevate and help you grow more as a person. Reading, podcasts, documentaries, memory brain games, you know, trivia games, stuff like that. Another thing that I kind of wanted to backtrack on, as far as friends, I had thought about it and then the thought like left my mind completely, but I just remembered. Nowadays, with so much going on in the world and having to just try to just survive alone, being that inflation and everything is happening right now and everything is so expensive and high, it's hard to kind of make ends meet for some people. So I realize and I know that everyone has a life of their own, and that also goes into friends. If your friends aren't understanding, or anybody, your relationship as well, of you having to work and 2 or 3 jobs, even if you have to do that, if they aren't understanding and they feel like entitled to be hearing from you every day and hanging out with you all the time, then they are not real friends. You have to realize that there is so much more going on in life than what your friends have going on. And me and my friends, we don't have to talk every day. We have an understanding that I know that you have things going on in your life. I have things going on in my own. I realize that we're out of high school, we're out of school, we're older, we have our own family as well, to tend to and be there to and nurture. So we know that we're not going to be able to hang out as much as we did when we were in school. It's another thing. They have to understand that you have a life of your own, and if they get upset because they haven't heard from you in a few days, or you guys haven't hung out in a while, then maybe you need to have a talk with them if that friendship to you is valuable and you don't want to lose that. But if not, or if you talk to them and they still aren't understanding, then maybe that's a sign for you to let them go. Me and my friend's relationship, we hold to such a high standard that I know that they love me and care for me, and I know that I love them and care for them so much as well, and I wouldn't want to do anything to like damage or ruin the relationship and friendship between us. If you and your friends aren't on that same mutual understanding and agreement, then that's just probably a sign to let you know that they aren't the right people that you want to have in your life, and that maybe you need to let them go, or just love them from a distance if you don't want to let them go and cut them off. All right, so next things next. Habits. You have to get and learn good habits, because bad habits will also stop you from growth and going further in life. If you have trouble waking up early, they always say that it takes at least 1 month to 2 months to get into a habit of something. Set an alarm clock for 5:30, 6 o'clock, good time that you would like to start waking up by every day, and then just try to keep doing that every day, and eventually you will get in the groove and you won't need the alarm clock. Eventually your body will naturally know that you're a morning person and that your body likes to be waking up at an earlier time. So maybe start setting that alarm clock earlier. If you don't like to eat breakfast and you want to start eating breakfast, try to start cooking for yourself more. Make that a priority to feed your body in the morning. Make it a priority if you have problems with skincare. Make it a priority. Okay, I need to wash my face. I need to focus more on my skin this month. And just do that as many times as you can every single day, morning and night. You know you need to wash your face in the morning. You know you need to wash your face at night. Make it second nature, as you would brushing your teeth in the morning. Any way that works for you, do it. If you need to tell yourself that you need to wash your face before brushing your teeth, because you know you got to get them teeth brushed, then do that. If that's the only way that it will take for you to start caring more about your skin, knowing that you want to start being better about your skin, then do that. If you feel like you're lazy, try to make it a priority to get up and walk every day. Make it a priority to go to the gym if you like going to the gym. I love going to the gym and working out. It honestly makes me feel so much better, not even physically, just mentally and overall. But I have been slacking lately, and that's something that I could work on, to get back on the horse and start doing again. So if you took out all of the bad habits and replaced them with a good habit, I promise you'd see so much more progress and results that you want in your life. I would not lie. Might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie. But seriously, you guys would see so much progress, and that's one of the most important things that you need to focus on in 2024. Start today, start now. As soon as you watch this video, if you feel like you have bad habits that you are trying to get rid of, start today. Start making it a priority to get up more. Start making it a priority to wash your face more. Start making it a priority to read more, learn more. Start making it a priority to work more. If you're not seeing the results you want, then you have to fix something, because what you're doing in your life is not working for you. Okay, that goes into self-love, self-care, which is the next one we're going to be talking about. Self-love plays an important role in progressing in life. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to care about much of anything. And self-love isn't always about looking good. For one, when you look good, you feel good, but that's a plus. Self-love is reading more, feeding yourself, pouring into you. Self-love is doing things that you enjoy doing as a hobby. If you enjoy painting, paint more. Get that creative energy flowing in the air. If you enjoy doing skincare routines, focus on to that a little bit more. If you enjoy going out to eat and just trying new foods, make that a priority to do more in 2024, because I promise you, you'll feel so much better. And when you feel better, you just glow better and you radiate more overall. Get into the habit of doing more for yourself. If you're someone who is like me and you tend to think and care about other people more than you do your own self, then that is something that you need to work on in 2024. It's okay to pull back. It's okay to pour more into yourself. It's not selfish to care more about yourself sometimes than you do others. If you're someone who is a people pleaser and have been doing that all your life, Give yourself a break. Go to the gym. It's okay to say no to plans. If someone asks you, can you do something for them? It's okay to say no. Hey, I'm not in the mood today. Hey, I don't feel up to it today. Hey, I just don't want to. It's okay. You don't even have to give an explanation half of the time. It's okay to say no and just think about yourself sometimes. Also, another thing, mental health. Your mental health is so important, especially now. Mental health has been an ongoing issue for everyone of all ages, of all races, for who knows how long. That's something that we always struggle with, and that's the reason why most of the time nowadays, it's gotten so much more worse, because the generational curse, the trauma that's just been carried to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. Learn to break that curse. Learn to not do that with your own family when that time comes. If you just had kids and you've realized that you're still bringing that into, your own family, break out of that habit. You got to be the best version of yourself that you can be, not only for yourself, but for your kids. Because if not, you're just going to keep bringing that negative energy and the trauma into your child, and your child bring it into their child, and their child will bring it into their child. It's just an ongoing issue that has been around for so long. And if you really care about yourself and you care about bettering yourself, that also, you got to take that into account with your own family. You have to be, for one, everyone has different ways of parenting and loving their kids. There's nothing wrong with the way you choose. Just let it be in a way that's positive, in a way that doesn't discourage your kids, in a way that doesn't dim your child's light, in a way that doesn't bring your family down. Trauma is no joke. Mental health is so serious. Mental health will affect who you are as a person. The way you were brought up, especially for children, the way you were brought up determines how you are as an adult. Now, the people who really want to fix that can fix that as an adult once they realize the issues and the problems that they're going through. But it'd be so much easier to just be a better parent, be a kind, loving parent. Teach your kids some meaningful core values in life, instill greatness into them to lead them up into their adult years so that they could be better for themselves, they could be healthier mentally, and they could pour that into their children. So yes, mental health is so very important. If you can't even feel like you do it on your own, go to therapy. It may not work for everyone, but everyone has different opinions. It doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't hurt to try at all. Another thing, guys, setting goals, setting boundaries. Like I said, it's okay to say no. If people aren't appreciating your boundaries and appreciating or respecting what you are telling them, let them go. Create a distance between you and that person. Your goals and your boundaries are valid. If no one respects that, then they don't respect you. It's just point blank simple, period. That's just what it is. You have to learn to set boundaries. If you do not set boundaries, that gives the opportunity for people to run all over you and walk all over you and treat you any kind of way. In 2024, again, if you were a people pleaser, this is maybe something for you guys. You have to stop letting people tell you what to do and just be okay with it. It is okay to feel away. Your feelings are valid. If they don't understand your feelings, if they are not taking account to how you feel, then they simply do not care about you, or they just don't care to change their ways, okay? And that is fine. They don't have to change their ways, but you have to get it away from me. Point blank, period. It is what it is. 2024, we do not have time for the naysayers, the negative Nancys. We do not have time for the people that are trying to dim your light and bring you down all the time. You have goals. Do not hold back for anyone. You'll see so much growth, I promise, once you stop caring about what other people think and you just focus on what you want in your life, because it is your life that you're living. They're not living your life. You're not living theirs. This is your life. You only get one life to live. Take advantage of it. Grind to the fullest while you are here. You will literally thank yourself for it so much later. Another thing, priorities, okay? Not everyone has their priorities in check. Not everyone has them in line. We're all still learning. I'm only 23. I have so much more to learn, and I have to think about a lot of things, like, because I'm in this great area where I've been out of school for a little bit of time now, but also I'm still trying to lean more into my young adulthood. I'm trying to get out of, leaning so much into, under my parents' wing. I don't want to have to depend or rely on anyone. Of course, if you have to, then that's understandable. You have to do what you have to do. Everyone is on different paths in life. Don't let anyone also make you feel ashamed for the progress that you made at your age. Comparison is the thief of joy. Never compare yourself to what anyone is doing, whether they are older than you, whether they are younger than you, whether they are your family. Stay in your own lane and focus, and I promise you'll get so much further than trying to compare and worry about what everyone else around you has going on. Worrying about what everyone else has going on will not make your life any better. It will not help you grow. It will not help you achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. It's just pointless, honestly, and makes you feel so much more worse about your position and where you are in life. Learn to set goals for yourself. Get your priorities in check. Where you are in life is perfectly fine. If God didn't want you there, he wouldn't have you there. So just take in a little bit more comfort and feel a little bit more faith towards God, knowing that he has you where you're supposed to be. He has you where you're supposed to be because that's where you're supposed to be now. If you're stuck in a drought, if you're stuck somewhere and should be way further in life, reevaluate what's going on around you. What have you been doing? What have you been focusing on? Just take it to God. Because if you focus on the things that you're supposed to be focusing on and the things that God wants you to focus on, and you're also maintaining that relationship with God, not while you're just, in a drought and you're going through things, you're talking to him on a daily. And, you're getting into your word, I promise you, things would be going by so much smoother. You would see, if not a lot, just a little bit more progress than you would have if you were entertaining and looking for worldly things that aren't helping you progress in any shape or form or better yourself in any shape or form. It's just really important to just follow God's footsteps. It's really important to focus on the things that you need to focus on to better yourself, because if you don't, next year you'll be saying the same thing. Oh, I need to better myself. I'm done doing this. I'm done doing that. But had you focused and just went full throttle and just grind as much as you possibly could this year, you'd see so much progress next year than you would have had you not went back to the worldly things, drinking every weekend, all the smoking all the time. It's okay to do that in moderation if you do that, but doing it every single weekend, working, sleeping, oh, I'm gonna get it together next weekend. If you keep telling yourself that, it's just gonna be a constant cycle that you'll never get out of. You need to remind yourself of that, okay? Something that I wanted to do going into the new year was a vision board. That also gives you a constant reminder of the things, that also gives you a constant reminder of the goals and the dreams that you're trying to achieve. It's easier to keep it in your head when you see it. So creating a vision board, putting all the things that you want to achieve, whether it be this year or the next 3 years, whether it be a car, whether it be a place, whether it be a new job, having a child, whether it's having multiple streams of income, put it all on that board. If you want it on your wall as a poster, keep it on your wall, or just keep it somewhere in sight where you can constantly look at it and remind yourself, like, this is what I'm doing this for. This is why I'm working so hard. This is what the goal that I am trying to achieve 5 years from now, 2 years from now, this year. It is 2024. Time waits for no one. We can't depend on our parents to just take care of everything and it'll be fine. We don't have to go to school and just let the days go by. We have to work. We have to grind. Do for ourselves, because no one is going to do it for us. And I realize now that that's what I have to do. Time goes by so much faster than it did when I was a child. I could have sworn I was just 18 graduating high school, and I'm still very young, but man, looking back, I just wasted so much time just doing nonsense, doing things that could have benefited me. You have no idea how much a year could change you as a person. And if you keep wasting your time, just having fun because you're young, and you'll realize soon eventually that a lot of people have surpassed you and have got their shit together. Okay? They got their shit together, and you're still stuck stagnant in the same place that you were 2 years ago, and you told yourself last year that you were going to be in this position this year, but you're not, because you've just wasted so much time just having fun and enjoying life. And you still can enjoy life, but there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance in what you do. If you're trying to achieve a lot of goals and you're trying to be retired by a certain age, then maybe you want to do 70% more work and 30% fun. You get what I'm saying? There has to be some type of balance that works for you in order to make yourself happy and meet the goals that you have for yourself. Another thing, when I say also that comparison is the thief of joy, it literally will ruin you to a point where you're not even yourself. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to learn to be ourselves, to be unapologetically you, because it's so important to just know your identity and know what the things that you like to do, and to know how what you want to be in life. Because if you're comparing yourself to TikTok, for example, it's such a huge thing now. There's so many trends that pop up on TikTok nowadays and on social media in general, that once a trend pops up, we're so quick to follow it. And sometimes you just have to learn to take things with a grain of salt. Like, this is cute, or I like this for me. I understand that some people's styles are the same, but just because something is turned or something is popping right now or is in style, or everyone's following it, doesn't mean that you have to. You have to think, just really sit and think, do I like this? Do I want this for me? Is this something that I really like and enjoy, or is this something that I'm just doing because everyone else is doing it? You get what I'm saying? So you have to learn to be yourself and move away from the crowd and just stay in your own lane. That's another thing. If you're looking to be a content creator, or you're looking to be famous one day, anything, you have to learn to separate yourself from others, because being yourself is what makes you different and what makes you more appealing to other people. Other people have not gotten to where they have gotten by being the same and being a follower and following in everyone else's footsteps. They got to the point that they have gotten to because they stepped out and took a risk on their own. They stepped out and they decided to do what was best for them, what they wanted to do, and that's the reward that they got. They got the reward that they got from being themselves and being different and not doing what everyone else is doing. You just have to remember that, guys. Being yourself is so much better than trying to be a second or third, fourth, fifth version of anyone else, because you'll never be them. You can only be yourself at the end of the day. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is your mindset. So before my camera cut off, I was talking about mindset. If your mindset is negative, you'll only have negative around you. If your mindset is positive, you'll have more positive around you. And it doesn't always work that way, but it helps. It helps to think more positively about yourself. It helps to know that you believe in the things that you're doing and just your craft overall and the vision that you have for yourself. If you don't believe that something is going to happen for you, then it will not happen for you. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then you won't believe that you can achieve the goals that you have for yourself. And that's not good. Just be a little bit more kinder to yourself. Words of affirmation. Say to yourself sometimes, I can do this, or I will be this in life. I will reach this goal. I promise you, not only will it help get you to your goal faster, because you're more motivated when you say those things. It helps you feel more confident, so you'll try to achieve it and be motivated more and more determined to reach that goal because you feel better overall. You have to be confident. Everyone has issues. Everyone is insecure about something within them, but the more confident you are, the better it will be for yourself. You'll glow. You'll be more vibrant overall. You'll be happier. And being confident is who Who doesn't want to be confident? Who doesn't want to be comfortable in their own skin? Who doesn't want to walk into a room if you struggle with anxiety and not feel anxious and not feel uncomfortable in a room, you know, with a lot of people surrounding you? Pour more into yourself. Self-love goes into taking a step closer to being more confident and being more comfortable in your skin. And that's something that everyone could use. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. No one is perfect. We all have times where we think like something isn't going to work out. We all have negative thoughts sometimes. We all get into a slump. We're all like inconsistent with something. We all have a bad habit. We all have that. Every human struggles with that. If you say that you're not, you're lying. I don't care. So with that being said, when you get inconsistent or you get into a slump, it's okay. It's okay to take a few days off if you feel like you're going too hard. You don't want to reach the point where you feel like you're about to burn out, because that'll be even worse for you and your mental. If you need a few days to just relax and take the time for yourself to just get your thoughts and your mind together, or if you're feeling unmotivated and lazy, it's okay. We all go through that. As long as you acknowledge that and then get back to it when you need to get back to it and you feel up to it, that is the key. A lot of the things and the goals that you try to achieve in life have to be somewhat consistent with the things that you're trying to achieve. You have to be consistent if you want to reach the level of success that you're trying to reach. But just know that it is okay to fall into that slump and feel lazy and unmotivated for a few days. It is okay. It happens to everyone. As long as you know that, okay, I'm going through something right now. I need a few days to get myself together, and you get right back to it and just move on. Keep it moving. Okay. So we're gonna wrap this video up because I have just been chatting for the longest, and I actually have things that I need to do and take care of. My priorities. Journaling is another thing. We're gonna wrap it up with journaling. If you feel like you're the type of person that can't put things into words sometimes, or you can't let your thoughts loose to anyone around you, journal. It's so important to let out your feelings so you don't bottle them all up and they explode into a huge disaster sometimes. It's okay to let it out some way. If you can't speak it to someone, then write them down. It also is so beneficial to look back on where you were a year ago or 3 months ago and to see the position that you're in now. You could also journal affirmations. You could also write to God. It doesn't have to just be what you're feeling. I'm telling you, just read it over and over and over again. Okay, I was here 3 months ago. I've got this accomplished. I've got that accomplished. Okay, I see that I still want to accomplish this that hasn't been scratched off the list. So that's the next thing that I'm going to try to work on and focus more of my attention on. It is okay to let your feelings out some way. I used to journal a lot. I am guilty. I have not been journaling as much as I should have. It's okay. We all fall off the wagon at some point. That it's just something that you need to just stand up, brush yourself off, and hop back on it. But yes, journaling is so beneficial, and it's a much more common thing now. A lot of people like to journal and also look back on how they were feeling during that time period in their life and see how much they have grown. And I'm telling you, if you journal and you look back on where you were a year ago, you will see on paper how much you have changed as a person. And it's so mind-blowing to see sometimes, because I look back all the time on the things that I wrote and the places that I was in and what was going on in my mind at that point. And it's just like, wow, I have grown so much. I don't even feel this way now. Like, what kind of person was I back then? It's really honestly mesmerizing to see that how much your brain changes, like how much your thoughts change over time. So Yes, 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 yes. All of these things will help you in 2024, 2025, and so forth and so on, to help yourself grow as a person and be the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. I probably missed so much, but there's honestly so many ways to grow, to help yourself be a better person, to help yourself move in the direction that you want to move in. Okay, so if you guys have any more topics that you want me to touch on, mind you, these were a lot of topics, so I wanted to just touch on all of them briefly. If I mentioned something that you want to hear on more from me, then let me know in the comments down below. Again, if you guys haven't heard of me, my name is Tanaja, and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys like this video, subscribe, and I hope you guys honestly took in, if not a lot, at least one good thing to bring you into the new year and to help you grow in 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye.